Hi, I'm Jane. I'm one of the run testers and I'm here doing my first run in the new Nike Ultrafly trail. It's Nike's first trail running shoe with a carbon fibre plate. I'm wearing it on some light trails here and yeah, I'll be testing it today on a light trail and I will let you know how I find it. So Nike have been teasing this shoe for about a year. Their athletes have had it for a while now and it's finally here. It's the first trail running shoe that has ZoomX foam and a carbon fibre plate. Nike call that the Flyplate. It's definitely a fast shoe. Think of this as the Vaporfly of the trail running world. It's not designed for kind of easy runs on a trail park run or dog walks. It's designed to be going quick on the trails. They've done a partnership with Vibram for this shoe and it's got this Vibram outsole which is designed to be a lot grippier. A lot of Nike trail running shoes have that little drawback that they're not all that grippy on the trails, which is a huge drawback for a trail running shoe. But that's been solved. It's a grippy outsole with some deeper lugs. For the upper, Nike's got the Vaporweave that we've seen on the Ultrafly and the Vaporfly. It is a lot thicker here. It's not as breathable, but you wouldn't want it to be on a trail running shoe. And the same racing tongue, very thin, lies flat against the foot that we've seen on the Vaporfly and the Ultrafly. The shoe has an 8.5mm offset and it weighs in at 249 grams in the women's, 300 grams in the men's shoe. It's out on July 27th. I think, like a lot of Nike's super shoes, it will be hard to get hold of, but hopefully throughout August there'll be more shoes available. At the moment I've only seen it in this white and orange colourway. I imagine they'll launch it in loads of different colourways, but this is the colourway I've seen so far, and it's $250, £234-ish. I've not had the UK pricing confirmed, but I imagine it's going to be the same as the Vaporfly 3 because it's $250 in the US. So it's an expensive trail running shoe. So the fit, I found this true to size. This is my normal size in Nike. That said, it does feel different. It fits very different to the other super shoes. It's got a much wider toe box. When I got this out of the box, I thought it looked too big, but it does fit. It's just got a wider toe box, which you want. You don't want your toes to be jammed up against the edge on a trail running shoe, but I've definitely got a lot of room. There's a really locked in fit in this shoe, which I'll get onto in my first run, which is decent. It's a good thing. It's definitely a good thing. You want to be locked in on the trails. This doesn't feel like you're running on the trails in a super shoe. You don't feel unstable. You're locked in, but there's not a huge amount of give in the Vaporweave upper. It's not very flexible. So once you're locked in, you're in kind of thing. Much roomier toe box, but aside from that, it fit true to size. I just did struggle to get the fit right. I'll talk about this in my first run, but I found that if it was too tight, I did get a little bit of rubbing on the heel where I was kind of locked in the wrong position. So it takes a little bit of tweaking, but it's much better. It's still a positive thing, much better to be locked in than feel like you're sliding around in a trail running shoe. So my first run, I'm going to talk about what I liked and what I didn't love. So I loved that I could wear this shoe from my door to the trails. I probably I'm only running about 200 meters on concrete, but I think when I've worn other trail running shoes to get to the trail, you really feel it. If I'm running in something like the Wild Horse, I really feel that there's not a lot of cushioning under my foot when I'm running on concrete. Obviously trail shoes aren't designed for concrete, but this you can definitely wear on the roads. You probably wouldn't want to because you're going to wear the outsole quicker, but with the ZoomX foam and the carbon plate, you've got enough bounce to run you can run from your door to the trails in this shoe. Definitely. This shoe has an amazing bounce, but it's a balanced bounce. You don't feel like you're being propelled over uneven ground in a super shoe. You definitely feel balanced in this shoe, but it does have that exciting bounce that you get from the ZoomX foam and the carbon fibre plate that we've seen in other Nike super shoes. As I mentioned in the fit of the shoe, I did feel super secure in this shoe, but there isn't a lot of give. So I think I've actually done 2 runs in this shoe because I'm still coming back from a little bit of an injury. So I've done 2 shorter runs on light woodland trails. They weren't awfully wet and muddy at this time of year, but they were definitely trails, you know, uneven ground, rocks, tree roots, etc. And I did feel on the first run fit great, no problem. On the second run, I definitely did the laces up a bit tight, and I was a bit too tight in the shoe, and I got a little bit of rubbing on the heel. As I said, there's not an awful lot of give, and once you're locked in, you're in. So I think it's a fine line, but I guess that comes with time, and you don't want to really pull those laces tight. So my early verdict, I'm looking forward to doing a lot more running in these. I know that Nick and Kieran are hopefully getting their hands on it and will be put it on through their paces. God knows where Kieran will take it, but they'll do much more technical, much longer trails. But I'm looking forward to getting back out on the trails on this. This is such an exciting trail running shoe. I really hope that this outsole gets rolled across the line of all of Nike's trail running shoes, because it is much, much grippier. You do feel a lot more secure. I've worn the Peg Trail in the winter on trails and walking the dog, and it's been a bit slippy. I've not had full confidence in it, so I've been really impressed, and I hope this gets rolled out across all the shoes. Obviously this is a super shoe. It is expensive, and it's a lot of money to spend, but you are spending it. It is because of the ZoomX foam and the Flyplate. As I said, you wouldn't buy this shoe if you're doing the odd trail run, or if you're just walking the dog. This is definitely a shoe to buy if you're racing on the trails, or if you want to do super long runs on the trails. This has got the versatility to do that. It's not a shoe for the everyday kind of plods on the trail. That said, I am hoping, because of this outsole, it is durable. I'm not ever sure how durable a carbon plate is, but I'm hoping that you could use this shoe for longer runs and for training runs and then racing it. It's a really expensive shoe, and I always hate recommending a $250 shoe, but it was amazing. I have been so impressed by this shoe. It has lived up to the hype for me, and I'm really looking forward to doing a lot more testing in it.